Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Seti, and in today's video I'll be discussing what I thought of the latest and so very good, setting us up for one heck of a series finale, the latest episode of The Walking Dead World Beyond. And I do mean latest, since this is the second to last episode of the series, which dropped technically the other day, this past Sunday. I finally had a chance to watch it now, thanks to my new AMC Plus subscription, and I was incentivized to do that thanks to their current Black Friday deal, which is $1.99 a month for the whole year. If you do sign up for it, you will be charged $23 in total upfront, but a one-time charge of $23 for the whole year. Not a bad deal. That's why I'm doing it. So I highly recommend it to all of you. If there's any movies or shows you'd like to watch or catch up on you can't find anywhere else, AMC Plus, the way to watch it. So with that out of the way, let's jump right back into the episode review. But before I begin, of course, before I go into details and I gush over this episode, don't keep watching or listening if you're not caught up on The Walking Dead World Beyond, either with this episode or the previous episode, as I'm obviously going to be discussing spoilers, shocking moments, plot stuff, all that jazz. You know the drill by now. That being said, let's dive right back into it. Oh man, the final 5 episodes of this season have probably been the best the show has ever done. Granted, it's only a 2-season show, but still, that says a lot. And I really think we are seriously getting our best stories in these final 5 episodes, especially in this episode and the 2 before this one. Things are starting to really amp up. You know, if there's anything I enjoy more than a good battle sequence, it's a good escape sequence or an elaborate escape sequence or plan. And I think that's what they had in mind until, unfortunately, the CRM or Jadis kind of knew what they were up to with using the 2 trucks to make it look like all of them had gotten away when a few of them had stayed behind to try to get the gas, which is unfortunately what prompted the CRM to move the gas to another location, which is too bad because the second part of that mission was to stop the CRM from using the gas on the planned extermination of Portland. In addition to getting the scientists and their research and themselves out of there, they're going to try to save Portland. But for a while, that didn't look like to be the case until the closing shot of this episode ended on a somewhat more hopeful note, which showed apparently Huck discovering a bunch of shipping containers with all said toxic gas inside of it. So it sounds like they just moved it temporarily just out of that research facility and close to that outpost where Dennis was recuperating. And that's where Huck stumbled upon it, I guess. You know, it's not surprising to me at all. I mean, it was still pretty sad, but not surprising that we lost Percy, because killing off any of the 4 lead kid characters or killing off Dr. Bennett or Huck or Felix or their respective partners, you know, that would be awfully sad. And Percy was a nice guy, you know, obviously went through some shit and obviously had very understandable grievances with Huck. So it would make sense for them to kill off one of the more outside type of characters, like a character who wasn't part of the central cast, but who came along during the first season and stayed along for a while until the end of this season. So it was still a bummer to see him go. And, you know, he was trying to stop Will from getting away. And I don't necessarily blame Will, and Will, I think, is a victim in all of this as well, because I sincerely don't think he had any idea as to what the CRM was up to or planning, and he sure as shit doesn't know anything that his father might be involved with either, since his father most likely does not discuss this with his son at all. So, you know, he just wanted to get out of a bad situation. And if anything, I blame the CRM and Jadis. But boy, am I glad Huck took those shots when she did. I'm glad she noticed the sniper. And I was so glad that she waited till the last possible second when playing the double agent. And she's like, nope, that's it. Got to show my true colors now and save these guys. And she did that. I like that she actually spared Jadis, mostly because I'm hoping Jadis returns as a big recurring or a supporting role in the Rick Grimes movie trilogy, which this episode and hopefully the next episode, the series finale, will heavily tease or give us serious implications as to what we can expect if and when we should get those Rick Grimes movies in the foreseeable future. So I'm glad Huck finally, you know, played her part to the last possible second, which allowed her allies to escape. And then she got away herself, which was also good. And that was a hell of a standoff scene too. And how cold and rational and logical Jadis was in explaining the decision to destroy the campus and the colony in Omaha and inevitably and probably Portland, just to save the human race by exterminating so many. There's such malice behind it. There's a weird logic about it, sure, but most sensible people would call that cold-blooded murder, if not outright genocide, like Iris kept referring to it throughout the entire episode too. I also like that Hope is like back in the loop now, where she's like, yeah, I see the CRM for what they are, and you're right, they're nothing but a bunch of lying murderers, because they are not good people at all, despite the friendly facade they put on the outside. Take that away, they're cold stone murderers. So yeah, that was a great standoff scene, and I loved the escalating, encroaching, enormous herd of walkers. Let's just added tension to the scene, because it's like, guys, I get that you're standing off here, but it's got a big old herd of walkers headed this way. Oh, and I loved the brilliant and super creative solution of getting away with Silas and Nicholas. Was it Nicholas? I think it's Nicholas. No, that's the actor's name. Elton. Silas and Elton's escape in that artsy globe thing that they showed us in an episode or two ago. That was brilliant, like a giant hamster ball just rolling over walkers so they could safely get away until they got to the road. That was brilliant. I love that. That was so cool and creative and made for such an exciting sequence. That was great. And I'm also glad that they're both okay as well, too. I'm assuming they got the meds to Dennis, or they're about to. It was a little unclear based on the way Huck was crying. I was like, oh, she didn't just put her husband down, did she? No. She'd be like an inconsolable mess if she was doing that. She was just crying because of the overall horrible situation and how she's going to explain this one to dear mother. So I'm excited for the big series finale. I don't know what time it's going to drop this Sunday. I don't know if it's going to be like first thing in the morning or later in the evening like the show would normally drop on cable. So I guess I'll find out then. But I'm excited. I'm very excited. I do believe it is going to be the best episode in the whole series overall. So I'm happy about that, because this episode was pretty damn good too. So what did you guys think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your night, and a happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you in the next couple of days. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.